to the office, and an unexpected episode 3 of 2023, my challenging year in still photography. Last time I came here was to film season 2.2 of The Concrete Coast. Now the conditions today clearly call for an extreme response in terms of hat. Look up the name on this hat and you'll find a source of great inspiration to me for this channel. So at the end of the last film I suggested I might be able to make a few more things for YouTube in real time. So why make this third episode? Well, I have a lot more opportunity to do so, that's for sure. I think mainly I wanted to finish the story off because I spoke a lot of the challenges and perhaps very little of the other side of it. And that's the creative rewards I experienced as a result of changing my life. However, to explain that, I may have to wait for this storm to pass. The perils of filming in real time. Well, the rain has stopped, and I suppose you'd call that a glimmer of brightness. Now, somebody made the comment that how can I call this 2023 my year in still photography? And clearly, I present the first episode just before Christmas, and it was uploaded some days before, the 17th, if I remember rightly. And that's a fair point. However, in my previous life, I didn't really take many pictures in December, mostly for work commitments and family commitments. Now this year, of course, one of those two isn't there. It turns out that December this year, I've taken more photographs than I have in any other month. And that includes October, when I spent most of the month in Scotland and the north of England. Now, a small part of the reason why I took so many pictures this month is that I've got some new gear, or second-hand gear in my case, which I was able to do by trading in some old things which I didn't use anymore. So that would be a small part of the reason why I took so many pictures. The other would be is that I just feel so empowered to do so. So I've got a next little sequence for you, which I've given the title Unexpected December. So that completes my collection of still photography to bring you from 2023. What do we have to look forward to in 2024? Now, in terms of creativity, this new lifestyle of mine gives me the opportunity to pick and choose the conditions, the tides and locations a lot more. It really is quite liberating and energizing. Now, as I mentioned in a previous video, much of the content on this channel is uploaded months in advance, so you can be up to a year behind. Now, I think there'll always be a lead time on the videos. But now, with this video and others that I hope to make, I can comment on the content of the channel whilst it's happening for you. So the last video you would have seen on the channel was the beginning of my journey to Sutherland. What a fantastic journey that was too. I'm timing this particular channel update very much on purpose to coincide with the next film you'll see in that series. In a few days' time I'll release part 2, and I'd like you to look out for this scene. Because that was a pivotal moment in my decision to retire. I've been exploring these islands for 40 odd years, and on this walk, on this particular day, beautiful and sunny it was as I recall, came across an environment the like of which I've not seen before. Now, sand dunes I've seen plenty of, but this location I think there must be some kind of tidal lagoon activity going on. The sand beneath my feet had turned salty and crunchy, rather like a mouldy rice pudding. Reference there to Ice Cold in Alex. Cracking film, highly underrated. Anyway, it was there at that location. I thought to myself, I just want to carry on having experiences like this. Now, of course, that wasn't the single moment when I made the decision, but what a beautiful place to have some inspiration. So I'm going to carry on running that series in its logical order. I think there's maybe 5 episodes in total. And getting towards the end of the trip, you'll see that perhaps things don't go quite to plan. I've said too much. Now, for other content yet to come, I've got a series made here in Kent over a number of years, which centres around this collection of waterways just here in the Stour Valley. Doing that deliberately over a number of years to show the scenery throughout the seasons. Here's a taster of what this location looks like in the height of summer. I'll probably run those films more as a recurring theme throughout the year rather than back to back. So, to bring you very much up to date, January 2024, I've been to Norfolk, filmed one winter walk, fantastic that was too, followed by an excursion into Cambridge, which yielded some interesting stills. After that I went to Dorset and the Jurassic Coast. Not enough content there to make an episode, but maybe in the next channel update, if I'm able to do so, I'll bring you some images and clips from those trips. So I have a few plans for February 2024. I'll tell you about that in a future episode. So I'm going to play you out with some teasers of the content you can expect to see in 2024, but for me it was last year. But before then, I'd like to welcome the new subscribers and thank every single one of you for the increase in views. It really does inspire me. So the next couple of films will continue the trip into Sutherland, and hopefully in a few weeks' time I can bring you another update. Those were the dying embers of 2023, my year in still photography. Followed by me banging on a bit too much about what I've been doing. I have been your avuncular host. Thanks for watching. apart from some splendid views of my nostrils, here are some wonderful views of the Romney Marsh.